find yourself again. Welcome back, my lamb.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday night.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league. And we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop him. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here in Cincinnati. On the return, it's Chris Rodriguez. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jayden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays, but he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. He'll try to run for it. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. We'll give it to Eckler on the option. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On first down, Daniels. The open receiver is Dotson. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. He's got his team a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And he'll be taken down.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up first and goal.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. On the zone read, here's Daniels. And he will do it himself. He's in. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The PAT, up and good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Travion Williams. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league. And really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. Downfield, he's got his receiver, Irwin. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Burrow now to throw on first down. Taken in by Gesicki. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Higgins sent in motion. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. And the tackle is made at about the 6.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to tuck it and go. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. 3rd and goal. Burrow. That one, take it in. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bengals come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Rodriguez on beyond the 25-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. All even on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the give to Eckler. And that one going to be closed down to the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Third and long, and here's Daniels.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Charlie Jones deep to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. He's going to look for the home run ball.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Second down, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Higgins sent in motion. Here's a handoff to Moss. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Now, Burrow. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Burrow. Try him again. Another one to Higgins.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Now a 3rd and 2. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down, and they are going to set up from the 7-yard line.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
That is caught, and he's in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Bengals will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To begin the drive with Eckler. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's caught by Eckler. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Terry McLaurin the intended target on that one. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play.
And he's in. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Washington.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
An extra point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Commanders will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Travion Williams to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. First and 10. Burrow to throw. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Now, Burrow. Downfield. He's got his receiver, Irwin. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. Throwing is Burrow. He's got it at the 3. Here now, second down and goal. Burrow now. This is caught for the side of the end zone. Trenton Irwin. Touchdown, Bengals. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
On is McPherson for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. Rodriguez on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We saw a strong 1st half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He threw a 1st quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the 2nd quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Chris Evans to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screenplay.
On 1st down, Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On the handoff, this is Moss. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Burrow, RPO, get it to Chase. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Now, Burrow. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Burrow. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing is Daniels. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's a run with Eckler. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. To throw is Daniels. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Daniels. This one is caught by Dotson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. Whoa! Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Eckler. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Commanders are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Evans. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Play action now. It's Burrow. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw...
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked up by Derek Forrest. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the fourth quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of...
And he will score! Game on! Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Important spot here for the Commanders as they will go for 2.
Washington will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful, and game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Evans. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 36 yards.
Well, I'm not sure there's been one position on offense that has evolved more over the years, Mike, than the tight end position. They're no longer just the extra blockers. They're no longer just the underneath, hey, pick up a first down. These are some of the most dynamic playmakers in the league, and that's a great example of why.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left. and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
Burrow here on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Taking off, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Joe Burrow, touchdown Bengals. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now, Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. They send the tight end in motion. Burrow now to throw on first down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still second down.
Here's Moss. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They bring their tight end right. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to all the tight end. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Moss. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Burrow to throw. He's got an open receiver. It's Irwin. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Still second down.
From a little further back, Here's 2nd and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Evan McPherson for the Bengals field goal. A 31-yard attempt. The kick.
So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long.